in Shanahan, and I got injured. So I get injured, and then this guy gets called up from the minors, and Shanny starts ripping home goals, and I'm watching this from the press box, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm getting healthy and just going back on that line. So that's just all kinds of, like, you think about it every day, and it takes a while. Like, he's a 20-year-old rookie for him to say, like, there's some guys that go to the rink and there's different color practice jerseys where you know what color your practice jersey is going to be. Yeah. And until it might not be, probably not going to be all year where he feels comfortable that he's going to have the same color as Austin Matthews, right? Because it's just, there's a lot of moving parts.
Very early.
And it's,
they played 4 games. He's
early.
played 2. He didn't play the first 2 games.
The team has to have success. The line has to have success. He's got to feel comfortable. He still has all these things going on around him where he's getting comfortable with the league. Doesn't know what tuna tartare is. There's just a lot of things going on for him and a lot of things to worry about, especially when you know you're going on the ice. And fighters have always talked about pressure, about, oh, I got to fight that guy tomorrow night. Knowing you got to produce offense with the best player on the team on a nightly basis, and your positioning on the team depends on it, that's a tough gig, man.
Yeah, there's anxiety that can come with that, for sure.
Yeah, it's not like the London Knights where you're just going to go out there and stay on the ice for 2 minutes and do whatever you want and dangle and points. Well, it's like, it's the real deal. Like, you're playing with one of the best players in the world, and it's got to go for him for you to kind of stay there.
And you'll see, though, if he struggles a little bit, you'll see him go down the lineup and then maybe back up. I just don't think – I think Easton Cowan's first year, especially early on here, there will be some ups and downs. There may be a pocket where he's on fire, feels good, and you're right, 34 goes, we got to play with this guy, or we want him on the line. And then there might be some growing pains where it's like, okay – pushed out of a game for 2 or 3 games. Somebody else goes in there and he goes down the lineup and plays 3rd or 4th line minutes, but then gets his way back up there. Like this is just the start of his career. Like, this is literally, we're watching the start of this kid's career. We've known about him for years because he's a draft pick and winning in London and all of that, but literally he's just starting his career. It's exciting to see, what his ceiling is going to be, but it's going to be an up and down year for him. There's going to be a lot of great storylines for him.
Well, and this is something that I'm certain they don't consider, nor should they. Craig Berube is a coach in a professional sports league. His job is to win. But it's a very entertaining story, and it's a very good distraction. And it's something that I feel like the fan base is gravitating towards. Right, there hasn't been a young guy coming up in a while. Nyes was the last one, and that was a few years ago. Yeah. Prior to that, you got to go back 10 years. Like 10 years ago, when Matthews and Marner and Nylander showed up. It's been a long time. Yeah. And there is something very refreshing about the story with a team that, again, is very familiar, very similar, kind of old, set in their ways, going about their business. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's actually advantageous in sports, and I think it will benefit them long term. Is that, continuity and the average age of the team. But from a fan perspective, the Cowan story is intoxicating.
It's fun.
It's absolutely. And let's face it, it's not as fun if he's on the 4th line playing 8 minutes. Right. Like, what makes it particularly fun and a distraction from the guy who left and everything else that happened over the offseason is he's playing with Matthews and Nyes, and he's playing big minutes and he's getting rave reviews, and I think they're protecting him pretty well in terms of he's not doing the intermission stuff. And last night it was McCabe and Matthews, and they're not gonna, the Leafs, they know kind of how to run this business and this operation, and they're gonna try to.
We love asking in this city, like, every single person in the organization about one guy. It's like,
yeah.
It gets a little bit.
McCabe scores a goal, and they're like, "What do you make a Cowan's game?"
That's what's That's what's going to happen.
No, I know, but the guy rips home a goal. He doesn't score that much, and it's just like, I think it was Master. Yeah. Obviously, it was Master.
You think he's to Cowan?
First question, he's like, Cowan's game? Like it or not?
It's so good, though. It's so
were
good.
It was
laughing
like
about
Justin Leonard at the British Open, where
Yeah.
he shot 65, and the guy goes, "What did you think of Tiger's 63?" He's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
And you're right with McCabe, because he may have had whiplash when they said Masters wants to talk to you. I don't recall the last time that guy ever did an intermission.
Dude, I don't
intermission
either.
chat.
I don't remember.
It's
Of all
great, though.
him on the team, the Leaf games I've done, I don't remember him ever doing that.
No.
It is. It's great, though. I mean, he scores a goal, and you interview him, and then Masters goes, "What do you make of Easton Cowan's game?" And it's like, "Oh, he's coming. It's getting better every shift." Like,
Yeah,
he
that's
answered it
great.
awesome. You know
They've
what?
all been good.
And I,
Well,
and
the
I
worst
love
part,
that, though.
Noodles, is if you're like if you're in the dumps and you get benched and then someone just throws a microphone in front of you, you're like, "Easton Cowan, thoughts on that little stud?"
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't even care to talk to you about anything, let alone this rookie
Well,
not stealing the spotlight.
And again, they're an old team, man. Like,
Yeah.
Nyes is, what, 22 or 23?
3, I think, yeah.
And he's the youngest guy. Like, a large majority of them are late 20s, early to mid 30s. So, and he's not 18, he's 20. They sent him back multiple times, right? Like, he's not an 18-year-old kid. Every year counts for something in terms of maturity. But he really does stick out, because he's so much younger and so much more raw than everyone else on the roster. But a win is a win is a win. And then they're down in New York, and the Rangers have been shut out 3 straight games at home. That is an NHL record to start the season.
Imagine wheeling out your new coach, and things are changing, and we're going to start making some noise, and you don't score a goal for 3 games? Meanwhile, one guy they had to get rid of is out in Anaheim, and he's ripping home goals.
Kreider's got like 4 goals or whatever.
Chris Kreider, they just had to just gas that guy.
He's gotta go.
I know he's older. I've always liked the guy, but he just had to go, and he's got 4 goals with the Ducks. But why did he have to go? They can't score a goal at home.
Well, and tomorrow's in Toronto. I should point that out. That's at Scotiabank. So maybe with them hitting the road, they come alive. I don't know.
My first comment is going to be, I'm expecting a low-scoring affair.
The thing is, though, they did win 2. They won their 2 road games. That's the thing. It's just at home, and I will say, for as much heck Stuart Skinner has gotten, I went back and watched today.
Looked pretty good.
The Rangers had 23 high danger chances yesterday. Like, Edmonton didn't really deserve to win that game. It was the Skinner show. So the weird part is the Rangers, we don't know still what they are as a team. You're right. Like, Kreider had to go. Like, they did create some chances. This Stuart Skinner, like, looked pretty good. Played well, and Edmonton snuck out a win. That was probably what you would call a goalie steal.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, let's see if the Rangers have a response, or if the Leafs have some confidence and keep them down. Like, you got to keep your thumb on teams that
Absolutely.
are coming off the fans booing them and getting in heck in your own building type of thing. We'll see what they got.
They've had a real opportunity. Again, they're 2-2. It's 4 games in. But Habs opening night, back-to-back against Detroit, Nashville, now New York, who's struggling. Like, you don't want to spoil this opportunity to pick up points and pick up wins, because the Leafs have had a relatively soft schedule, a lot of home games, and we all know that that's going to turn. Right? At some point, you're going to hit the road, and you're going to play better teams, and that's when it's going to get more difficult as the season goes on.
You're right. You played Detroit, a non-playoff team. You're playing the Rangers, that were a non-playoff team. You've got Seattle coming in this weekend, and you've got New Jersey on Tuesday. Like, these are opportunities against teams that, regardless of whether you believe they're going to make the playoffs or not, they aren't the top, we'll call them the top 8 teams in the league, top 10 teams in the league right now. So, if you're the Leafs, you've got to have an opportunity. You've got to find a way to get points.
You're favored
early on.
Leafs are favored, right? You want to hit the ground running. And, it was a cool night in the NHL. It was a cool night in baseball. We'll get to that a little bit later this hour. And, of course, Game 3 tonight in Seattle. Tim Kirkjian will join us from Seattle around 5:30. Ray's coming up as well. Ray Ferraro on the show today. But the Habs end up stealing one last night. And that Demidov, man, that goal he scored to tie the game up was unreal.
Dude, he's got some hands on him. The patience and it was almost like when he pulled it to his backhand, a lot of guys would rush it and just try to get it into the net. Watch how he just takes that extra second to make sure it goes upstairs. He's just got some. He's just gifted around the net. Like the guy, everybody was on him, and he just took that extra time to say, "I'm going to just make sure." Like these hands and the moves, you can't go get your stick there, Matty Beniers. Like I don't know what you.
Tough
like,
look.
It is like you just.
But still, listen, Demidov set it up, man. Off the boards, dangles in the middle of the ice, like goes to the net. Like that's a great play. And you know, the Bell Center was electric last night. The opening ceremony was remarkable. They paid homage to Ken Dryden, as you knew they would, and they should. And then it's Demidov. We talked about Lane Hudson and what he does to that place. And like Montreal, everything is breaking their way. Everything is breaking their way. It's a really positive story up there.
And they stuck with it. That's the thing. Like they, you know, I don't know. Joey DeCord probably wants some of those goals back, but Caulfield, man, that OT goal, that's a sneaky little goal, man. That's a goal scorer's goal, right off the head, short side. He had an option on the back door and decide, you know what, I'm going to put it right there. Like there is some skill on that team, and it is nice to watch. And you're right. Like Hudson's dancing, and we're watching it right here. He's got Suzuki right through the blue paint. And he gets the goalie to lean off and puts it under the bar. Like, they made a comeback in that game.
They did. They were dead in the water, man.
Yeah, they were.
They found a way to battle back and actually win the game. So Montreal's off to a great start.
Yeah.
We're waiting on news of Brady Tkachuk. It's, second opinion season, right, in sports. Yeah. Everyone's looking for a second and third and fourth opinion. But I guess Brady's down in New York looking for
just dying for somebody to say to him, nah, it's not as bad as I think.
It's a sprain.
Well,
actually, it's a sprain.
Which is positive because I think a lot of guys are saying, I need somebody to tell me that I'm done for the year.
Right. Like he wants to play clearly. And if he has to have surgery and he's out for months, man, I thought Travis Green handled it. I think he handled it well, but you could tell he's not in the mood for basically the media to intimate that they're in big trouble. He's trying to shut that down, which you have to. Like, you have to. You can't sit there and just wallow in it. You can't. What's he going to do? Go up there and, let's light a candle for Brady because he's not playing and our season's in big trouble.
Yeah.
Travis Green's got to handle it properly, and he's out, and you move on, and you got to keep everyone upbeat. But it's
you're
tough.
Literally putting lines together on a board for everybody before the game, and Tkachuk's coming out, and Amadio's going up to the first line.
Yeah.
So you could say next man up, but that's a big chore for that guy who's basically been a depth guy. He has won a cup in Vegas, I believe, but now he's a first-line left winger.
Yeah, I think they'll move it around, too. The only, slight good news is they're getting Batherson back. He's a good player, so they can – he was missing. So Batherson coming back, but you're right, it's going to be by committee. Like, that's the thing. If you're not going to score 5-on-5, you better be winning 3-2. The goalies have to be good. The D have to be good. Like, you've got to find a way. You're not replacing Brady Tkachuk. There's nobody on that roster that you go, okay, you just take Brady's spot. Like, that's the difference. So, we've heard it for now how many months? You got to replace Marner by committee and all that. Mm-hmm. They got to do it by committee, and they've got – if Ridley Gregg goes up there or Amadi or whatever, how about Tim Stützle have? He's still a hell of a player. Like, they've got guys that have to step up in the absence of Brady Tkachuk.
Yes.
Because there's
one guy cannot end your season. If you're one player, now a goaltender might be the rare exception, clearly, but if one player, whoever it is, ends your season, then you weren't legit anyway. And I think Ottawa proved last year they were legit, and this will be a true test. If he misses 30 games, 35 games, that's a lot of time. It's a huge chunk of the season.
I always go back to one comparison, and